Do we want to get the trade?
It's the Vault Studio NFL Podcast. And now it's on. It's the Vault Studio NFL Podcast. Get ready! It's the Vault Studio NFL Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I am one of your hosts, JA, and I am joined by Big Quad Scotty on the right side of the couch, and
Big Quad Scotty can't kill the bar.
Red Pill George, our boy.
I've been called worse.
Whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yep, and you can join me on Thursday nights on my new podcast, Red Pill Rabbit Hole, coming soon to a podcast network near you.
Very good.
Who's your first host?
and
Andrew Tate?
I don't reckon Andrew Tate would join your show.
Why wouldn't he? 100%.
You know what?
Open invite.
You're in completely different classes.
I've engaged in this too much. I'm now going to disengage from it. Our boy Tommy back on the ones and twos.
Bang.
And
Here
you'll
we go.
notice we've got a new camera set up. There are 2 cameras going for the boys. We're upgrading the studio, as we've said, and this is
Make
the
sure
first
you're on
step.
YouTube or Spotify. Enjoy the video.
Yeah, so Tommy will be he'll have his work cut out for him for the first time in a while. Tommy, we've missed you, mate. How you been, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing all right. Been trying to keep tabs on the show from afar, but nothing much has changed. I've got to say,
The show's been completely
just the
off
hairlines
rails.
are going further back since I last saw it.
And you put the camera closer, so I can't even begin to try and disguise it this week. It's just what it is now. I'm just going the George route. It's over.
100%, bro. I've been telling you for months, years.
Decades.
Get a proper man's haircut, for God's sakes.
It's Tommy's fault. I just
Move
keep
on.
thinking if he's got that hairline and he's an Arthur, surely mine will come
Jeepers.
back.
I did say as I walked in, I said, jeez, what a thicket.
There's a thick head of hair.
Absolutely beautiful.
And make sure we give a shout out to our beautiful sponsors, the Sporting Globe, Churnside Park. Make sure you download the app, go to the account information, change sponsorship to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. And shout out to David Eloise down there. Get down for the footy season. NBA finals are on. They'll be open during the day. Best part of the NBA season. Only good part of the NBA season.
Bron still putting in that
Bronny.
work. Still proving all the naysayers wrong.
It's Wemmy's league now.
Still the
Son
best
on
player. Still the best player in the league.
Son on the court with him. What a world.
Unreal,
What a
bro.
world. Now, there's some nepotism there. But, I've learned this week that nepotism can't be beaten. So you just got to roll with it.
Just got to roll with it.
Bronny had the quadruple single. He had no points, no rebounds, no assists, 1 turnover this week. So
They're the Tony Snell stat sheet.
Even
Hey.
I know the Tony Snell.
Hey, and you know what? He's playing in the NBA and we're sitting in Jay's basement, so whatever.
I would rather be here than Bronny.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Thank you, James.
Make sure you follow us on socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the Tickety Talk. Thanks
Have
for
another hit of that vape,
comments.
bro. Maybe it'll go to your brain.
Anyway, follow us on the socials. Clips going out, a couple of clips a day. Lots of good comments the last couple of weeks. Really appreciate it. Lots of new followers, in particular YouTube. And
Is that right?
yeah, it's been really
Unsurprising. We know ball.
steadily every week. So it's been really good. Hopefully with these new 2 cameras, our clips become a lot cleaner. That's the goal. We're going to try and get them looking a bit crisper. Obviously, we're a bit of an amateur setup here, so we're doing what we can. So if anyone's got
If you've
some,
listened to us, you know we're an amateur setup.
if anyone's got some tricks or tips on how to make some things look better, let us know because we're always open for it. And we've got a couple of news that dropped in the last couple of days.
Oh,
to
some
start
big news
with.
items to start with.
Let's start with our
Pre-draft.
boy, Sexy Dexy. We talked about this last week. Would he get traded? I didn't think he would. I think, George, you were saying the same. You didn't think
I
he
was
would.
adamant he was going to get traded.
Scotty was all in on it. And the Bengals.
Personally, I thought it was just a strong arm tactic just to get more money out of the Giants. And
And the Giants went, no, fuck you. Have fun.
Well, from all reports, the Giants are like, no, we want you here. We'll give you an extension. And he goes, no, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Get me the fuck out of here.
deuces, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fair enough too.
that's how that went down. And then the Bengals swept in and traded a 10th overall pick for the Giants, who I think this is pretty good for the Giants.
Let's start with the Giants. Obviously, they've got pick 5. They've now got pick 10, so 2 picks in the top 10, which is really good. It's not the best draft, but if you want to pick in this draft, you want to be in the
No,
top 10.
it's a good draft if you don't need a quarterback, which they don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they can get 2 really high level pieces to help fast track that rebuild that Harbaugh is clearly there for.
It's a good draft inside the top 14.
Yeah,
So
that's true too.
if you're inside the top 14, you got 2 picks. You're laughing. So I think they put themselves in the driver's seat with Harbauer to really attack whatever positions they want. Historically, Harbauer's always wanted strong linebacker play, so I'm almost convicted that that Sonny Styles will go at 5, and it gives them another free swing for a receiver or something like that at 10, or address the O-line. You get one of the premier O-linemen. You don't need D-line. They're in a blessed situation where they don't need D-line or particularly edge. So take your pick for pick 10. And
pick 10, they should be drafting a tackle for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It just depends who's there. They're now in a position where, however the draft falls, whatever happens with it, they can pick. I think they'll go a Sonny Styles route at 5 if he's there. Like Sonny Styles, Downs, probably Bain or Bailey. Probably definitely one of those guys are going to be there.
I'd say Bain over Bailey. I'd be shocked if Bailey's there at 10.
Yeah, at 5. I mean, Bailey, but I think Bain will definitely be there at 5. Or
is there a chance they draft that running back at 5?
Well, or from all reports, he's at signed and sealed that Love's going to go to Tennessee at 4.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the report.
So Arizona's a flip of a coin at the moment. I think they're looking to trade back, probably take a tackle. If not, they'll probably take Bailey or Arval Reese.
No, Reese will go to the Jets for sure.
Well, the Jets are 50-50 on Bailey and Reese. So, yeah. So Jets will take one of those two. Arizona potentially take the other one. So it takes the 2 premier edges off the table.
Yep.
Love at 4. Then you've got the Giants at 5, who I think will take Sonny Styles. And then at 10, you can get a gun receiver. You can get whatever best player falls, because there's going to be a player that falls to that 10, 12, 14 range that's going to be really, really good. And then everyone's going to look back and go, oh, how did that player fall? So
sure.
Like a Carter that fell to the Philly at 13.
No, at 10. 9 or 10, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be that guy.
Yeah. So if they're lucky enough to pick that guy, fantastic trade.
And what about from the Bengals' point of view?
Personally, a lot of people are saying that 10 is too high a price to pay. The more initially I was like, oh, is that a little bit steep? And the more I think about it, the more I let it digest. I think 10's okay.
At least they're trying.
They're trying to do something. They're a perennial team of like, what are they doing? They're sort of just like status quo. They're not taking any big swings, not taking any big risks. I don't mind it. They definitely needed help on the defense. Sexy Dexy, when he's playing well, he's a top 2 or 3 D tackle in the league. He chews up blocks. He can stuff the run. He can get his sacks when he's playing at a really high level. I like the pick. And you said it before the show. They're not getting anyone better than Dexter Lawrence at pick 10 in this draft.
Not initially.
Not this season, potentially.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the Bengals, whether people want to admit it or not, is kind of like a little bit of a win now situation, even though perhaps the roster itself isn't in a position to win now. Holistically, they're thinking we need to do something inside the office. They're thinking if we don't do something this season to at least try and convince Burrow that he needs to stay.
Yep.
Like they're internally, they're thinking if we don't at a minimum make the playoffs, Burrow's asking for a trade. They've got to think that internally. Whether they're happy to admit that in an open forum or not, I don't know. But internally, they're thinking, shit, if we don't at least make the playoffs, Burrow's going to ask for a trade, and then we're completely fucked as a franchise. He's the only thing that's keeping them relevant. Let's be honest.
I think on the Bengals side, like the best case scenario of keeping the pick, you get a Caleb Downs that drops or a Sonny Styles that drops. I'd rather take that route, but you're relying on 5 other teams and the draft to fall your way. And like you were saying, they're not in a situation to let the draft fall their way. So you got to try and get an impact player. I don't know. It's a lot to give up, and then you give the extension as well. I don't know, but you got to. It
was a 1 year extension. It was a 1 year extension.
Yeah. You got to take the swing.
I personally, I like to swing. Like I said, they know they're on borrowed time with Burrow. If they miss the playoffs this year, he's gone for sure.
Yeah, it works well. They've got who is it Hargraves that they've picked up? Allen. The other defensive tackle, Jonathan Allen.
Yeah.
And Boy Marface, they've really reinforced that defensive line.
And they got that other first round pick, that other boy last year.
Shamar Stewart
as well, going into his second year.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to improve. They know that the defense is struggling and needs help. They're trying. They're trying to do something. I'll never fault a team for trying.
Yeah, very fair. We'll see how it works out. A team that is trying as well is the Houston Texans, and they landed their star defensive end, Will Anderson Jr., extension 3 years, $150 million, $134 million guaranteed. So it's basically all guaranteed.
He'll see every penny of that contract.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's 25 years old. He's one of the best defensive ends in football. Like, he's probably the third or fourth best defensive end in football, depending on his day. But yeah, great work. Sign him up early. It's great for him because he resets the market. Most money ever for a non-quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, $50 million a year. That's crazy. That's a lot of money, man.
Which, yeah, he's going to be fine.
The question I've got for you guys, and you guys alluded to it pre-show, is that too much money for a guy who doesn't get enough sacks?
No.
Is it too much?
No.
I don't think for his case.
His value is immense to any defense. Like, if you can have an edge that literally just nullifies the run game on over half the field, because you can still chase down if you have a counter run to the other side where they leave the D end unblocked, and he can chase that down. So he is essential to stopping the run game. He puts on his pressures on the quarterback are still very good numbers. Just because he doesn't get home and get the actual sack, shouldn't be held against him.
And in fairness to him, he had 7 sacks in his rookie year. He had 11 in his second year, and he had 12 this year. So he's ascending in the right direction.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He is ascending, but
he's also rating.
If I'm giving a guy $50 million a year, I want 15 plus sacks.
No.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
No. There's too many sack guys that.
He's also top 5 in pressures every year.
Yeah.
The last 2 years.
Yep.
There's also guys that are just sack guys that are just twitchy edge rushers that can only get sacks. Sacks is probably Will Anderson's, I shouldn't say weakest part of his game, but the least refined part of his game.
Yeah.
And he's still getting 12 a season.
And he's also competing with Daniil Hunter.
And that's what I was about to say.
Who's getting there first for those two.
Sure.
I think this is
great signing. I think this is a better contract than the Garrett one, to be honest.
Yeah. Garrett's on the hardest position he's in, but there's no reason why in 2 years' time we're not talking about Will Anderson Jr. if he keeps ascending the way he has his first 3 years. There's no reason why we're not talking about him as the best defensive player in football. He's on the trajectory to be a Myles Garrett. Now, he's a one of one, but he's on the level to be that guy in a couple of years where he's the best player. He's the best defensive player in football, and no one's got any issue with it.
Is he more of a TJ Watt?
Maybe. Well, TJ Watt got a lot of sacks too.
He did. Yeah.
He's a very, very unique player.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think who he's.
He's like maybe like a juiced up DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence is a good one. I was saying DeMarcus Ware, but he got a ton of sacks.
Yeah, I was thinking DeMarcus Ware too.
Yeah, no, DeMarcus Lawrence is probably a pretty fair comparison, but just better from an earlier age. Like Lawrence took a few years to get going. That's probably his floor is being DeMarcus Lawrence for his career.
Yep.
His ceilings being
That's a hell of a floor.
Yeah, his ceilings being defensive player of the year. That's realistically.
Absolutely. I put money on him at the start of the year to be defensive player.
It wouldn't shock me if this year he is. He's just that sort of player on a great defense. So
never wrong, just a year early.
No. I think it's Garrett's for the next couple of years. He ain't slowing down anytime soon.
Well, no one's ever won more than 3, and he's got 2 now.
Yeah.
I think Lawrence Taylor might have won 4, actually. I might be wrong there. But I'm thinking of Aaron Donald, JJ Watt, they both won 3. If Garrett wins it again this year.
TJ's won 2?
He's won. I think he's only won 1 because he kept being the Cinderella.
He keeps getting 20 sacks. He's going to get the fucking deep boy. I'll tell you that much.
Yes,
he ain't slowing
100%.
down. I'm telling you now.
No, very true.
Anyway, good for them. They locked him up. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Since I'm here, most defensive player of the year all times is 3 is the most. Aaron Donald, JJ Watt, and LT.
There you go.
Yeah, because they're the same. So if he's a very good chance to hit that this year, and then you enter.
He probably needs
legendary status.
He needs to hit at least 20 sacks to get that. I think.
Yeah, he probably will.
I don't see any reason why he wouldn't.
Hard to do.
It is hard. It's hard to do consistently, and that's what.
It's not like saying we're throwing for
Donald,
4,000 yards here, but
no, that's
you know what I mean.
Can you pull up Garrett's sack numbers, please, for the last 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, I got you.
He would have had 20 sacks the last 3 years for sure.
Every year.
I
think he had 15. Obviously, it broke the record last year. I think he had 15 the year before.
It's hard to get 20 every year.
Like, sack numbers aren't the be all and end all.
It's not. I'm just saying, like
it is for depoy.
True.
That's what you're there to do. That's what you're there to do, though. Like,
all right. So last season 23, and then the season before 14. Same with the season before that, and then 16 the 2 years before that.
There you go.
I mean, if you're somewhere between kind of 12 and 20, if you're a really good player, you're probably going to put yourself in position to win that sort of award if you're good at everything else.
I think and we really need to be talking about Will Anderson, but for Myles Garrett to get Depoy again, he will have to have 20 sacks.
Because
They're not going to. You need to do
everyone loves
more.
the next guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to do more to get into that upper echelon to have 3. I think 3 Depoys.
Yep.
To be in the conversation of LT, Aaron Donald, and JJ Watt.
He'll
He
also
has to
be
do something
fighting.
extraordinary.
He'll also be fighting Micah Parsons coming back off his ACL as well. I think.
I'm
If he-
tired of the Micah Parsons depoy because it's the same. We've seen it's the same thing every year now.
But
He
he's
could do it.
got the injury as
Let me
like
see-
No.
let me see him play a full
He
season
did his
first.
ACL in December. He's not going to be 100% ready coming into the season.
Yep.
He's going to have to work his way back up into match shape. He may be 80% of what he was in week 7 or 8. I can't see him winning.
I agree with everything you said. I just know how narrative
And if
based,
he doesn't play well enough, he's not going to get it.
but I
Agreed.
think his level is still good enough to start the conversation if he comes back
Yeah,
mid-season.
because
think-
the media darling and everyone fucking.
I think
Exactly.
Max Crosby's going to get it.
That wouldn't shock me either. That's probably my tip. All right, let's get into our last 6 team for what's the plan. Tommy, play your drop because I've forgotten the last couple of weeks and it's insane. Make sure to check out Tommy's
drop it, baby.
Here we go.
It's actually so good. The chalkboard.
Elite.
I got the Baltimore Ravens, which we'll start with tonight. Interesting season for the Ravens. I think losing Linderbaum's massive loss on the offensive line.
Lost Max Crosby.
They got and lost Max Crosby in the same 2 weeks, which was
Same
just
48 hours.
That was
just-
banana. That was banana.
just bizarre. It's old news now. Thanks to Vrabel. They added John Simpson at right guard, who's a solid guard, and unfortunately, it's an upgrade on our Aussie mate Daniel Fayetali, who really struggled last year. He signed with the Giants, so I wish him all the best. He had a tough year last year, so I hope he can. Because the 2 years before that, he was really
was fine.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, he was really progressing. So it was a bit of a bad year for him.
Clearly, he's
hopefully-
Harbaugh's guy. Harbaugh brought him over.
Yeah,
we see something in him. So that's
Hopefully
fine.
he can get it right. I've got faith in him. And even if this is all said and done, still just for an Aussie kid to make it to the NFL, outstanding.
Amen.
So credit to him. The biggest concern with the offense is they're basically bringing back the same group and relying on Lamar being healthy and being Lamar, which I'm sure he will be. But you've got an
You're sure he will be?
Yes, I'm pretty certain he's going to be a really, really good player again.
Okay.
It's like you don't just lose it overnight. But you've got
He's getting older though. He's getting banged up.
he's
More
not.
and more.
He's like 28. He's not getting older. And more concerns with age are the 2 positions, which is tight end
Yes, and
like-
running back.
and Likely's gone, so they don't have a young backup. So,
Re-signing Andrews and letting Likely walk is really dumb.
yeah, I don't fully understand why they did that. It doesn't feel like the right move. Which again,
Who's to say that they didn't want to re-sign him and he just goes, no, I'm out.
potentially, maybe they were trying to get it organized. He's like, no, I don't want to play here after this year. So
Yeah.
they then gave it to Andrews. We don't know, but we can only work off the facts we have.
Andrews is 88 years old.
Yeah. And then Henry, which he keeps surprising us every year. It keeps going. But, the old saying is Father Time is undefeated. At some point, this race is going to end. I hope it's not this year, but it very well could be. It's more likely it is that it isn't at this point.
How old is he now?
31?
And
Yeah.
a lot of
A
tread on
lot,
the
lot of
tires.
miles on the legs.
Also, just last year as well, they really rode him hard last year.
Yes.
yeah. Well, they had to without Lamar.
Especially
yeah.
without Lamar.
Derrick
So
Henry's actually 32 and he'll be close to being 33 in the middle of the season.
There you go.
It's not a good argument.
That's a wrong side.
So
Wrong
that's what
side
I
of 30
mean,
for the
that-
running back.
they've kind of aged very quickly offensively, and then the receiver group it doesn't get me excited.
piss
Like
poor.
Zay Flowers, we talked about this before the show. I like Zay Flowers. I think he's a good one. He's an excellent 2 on a lot of teams, but he is a good one. But
He's not a good one.
He's a good one. If he's your bell cow, you're in trouble. And then you've got Bateman. There's just not a lot of juice on that offense, which concerns me because they're relying on Derrick Henry and Lamar.
And
again.
Lamar's playmaking ability.
And the pressure's all on Lamar again, with, you could argue, probably a worse offensive line this year, purely
Yeah.
from the fact they've lost Linderbaum.
Well,
So
Linderbaum, who's a top center.
yeah, it's all kind of pointing in the wrong direction offensively. Now,
Who's the OC?
who's your see, Tommy?
Declan Doyle.
I've actually
The
never heard of him.
big plus in all this, which I'm sure you're going to get to,
Mm.
is Jesse Minter.
Not Kevin Minter, who I always want to call him.
I don't know why
Kevin
you want to do that.
Minter's the old linebacker that played for the Cardinals, who wasn't even that good. He was just a dude. Jesse Minter, bought him over from the Chargers. Look, adding him, huge help. He gets a lot out of a little, which he did at the Chargers consistently. And fortunately for him, he's coaching a talented group. They'll get Matabake back, who is one of the best interior defensive linemen in football when he's healthy, which he wasn't last year. Roquan Smith, one of the best linebackers in football when he's healthy, which
he had a real down year last year too.
It was only early in the year.
He finished the year right.
Yeah, he had a few games off because he was hurt, and then he came back and played really well. They've also got Kyle Hamilton, who's arguably the best defensive back in football. Definitely the best safety, if you ask me.
He's up there,
in the I'll argue, but he's in the conversation.
He's
no matter
definitely
what.
in the conversation for sure.
And then the newly acquired Trey Hendrickson, who I'm skeptical on. I don't know if he's going to be the guy he was at the Saints or even at the Bengals. I think the Bengals fucked around with him for too long that it kind of ruined his success for anyone else, which shits me.
I'm skeptical of the guy in his 30s coming off a core muscle injury.
Yeah.
That's a little bit concerning.
Correct. And that's what I'm concerned about. I like the addition. I would have loved the Crosby addition more, but they've obviously had their reasons for that. And I truly don't believe it was because they were able to get Hendrickson. They voided I think they were genuinely concerned, and I think they got cold feet.
No,
they had to give up 2 first-round picks.
I think that's the first time they've ever traded for a player.
Yeah.
And then everyone's gone, the 27 draft is going to be amazing. What are you doing giving a 26 and a 27 first rounder?
Correct.
And they've gone, we've never done this before. We want it.
Yeah.
Can we
Cold
have him back?
feet, and there was a medical way
Buyer's
out.
remorse.
They were like,
Yep.
peace out on bro.
Buyer's
Because
remorse.
when you hear the story where the owner and the coach didn't even come and meet him when he first came into the building, which is bizarre when you trade for a starter. Like they have a party at the
Oh, they roll out red carpet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was very bizarre. But defensively, with Minter, I like his pieces. I think we could get a bit of a switch in the Ravens philosophy where it's more of a defensive-minded team and they can be a bit more slower paced on offense and not have to score 40 points. And not that their defense has been bad the last couple of years, but I think we're just seeing a bit of a flip in the mentality of how they perform, right? So that's what I'm hoping happens. For the draft, they've got pick 14. They're desperate for a tackle to fall for them. I think Fano and Malaga will 100%. Malaga will be gone. I don't see them getting there. They've got Ronnie Stanley, who's still a good left tackle. He's not the best in the league, but you're comfortable with him as your starter. There's plenty of teams that would happily have him as a starting left tackle. So I think maybe
picking 14, is that right?
14. Yeah. So I think maybe a Blake Miller, he's a right tackle. He's a designated right tackle. So maybe a guy like that could be. I think he'll be there at 14. Or they could go for the best interior offensive lineman. I don't think they'll go center because I think Yo will be a later pick.
Yep.
And he's coming off an injury, so I don't think he'll go in the first
The Penn
round.
State guy, I think.
The guard, the Islander guy, I forgot his name. But they could go the best interior guy because probably the best interior lineman is going to be there at that point. Or you could go the other way and go wide receiver.
Surely they will draft a receiver.
Because they're pretty desperate for that.
Every time they draft a first round wide receiver, he's spastic.
Well, Flowers was a first rounder. He's good. He's a good player.
Okay, sure.
But I think he went in the draft with CD Lamb and I can't remember exactly. Or maybe it was a Jefferson draft.
I like how Scott just thinks everyone's shit. Like he's just such a.
He is. I'm not saying okay. Well, I'll say what I said, but I'll say what I said pre-show. He's exactly the same Terry McLaurin for me. Take it or leave it. He's an okay 2. He's a high end 2.
Terry
Cool.
McLaurin's a very good football player.
Yeah, cool. He's the 25th to 30th best receiver in the league.
Oh, yeah, that's probably fair. He's a starter on almost every team and a 2 on probably 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
fair. That's fair. Anyway, I think Jordan Tyson's probably going to be there at 14. He's got
Jordan Tyson, yeah, for sure. Oh, actually, yeah.
And there's another guy I like the look of as well as Makai Lemon as well.
I
I
don't think Makai Lemon's going to be there.
I think
he's got to get past the Rams, who's the pick before
the
Baltimore.
issue, and why I wouldn't do. I always get his name wrong. Tyson.
Jordan Tyson.
Tyson. The
2 first
injury,
names, they're hard.
And I've forgotten his name all draft, and he's got the best tape in the draft.
And you never trust a man with 2 first names.
No, that's very true.
A woman with 2 first names are all good.
Let me land this plane, and then you can talk shit. I'm really worried if the Ravens put all this draft capital into a wide receiver who's had a broken collarbone, a knee, and recurring hamstring injuries.
Yes,
when you're in a win now situation, you almost need to not have the high ceiling guy. You need to have the high floor guy.
I think if Lemon's there, they should take Lemon. Don't get me wrong.
Yes,
but
I agree.
I don't think.
I would, as much as I love KC Concepcion, I wouldn't take him either.
That's way too early.
Can
not
I
even too early. Just I'm a little bit worried about the handsy stuff.
Can I hope to get Carnell Tate, or is
You
he
can
not
hope.
gonna
You can-
drop that far?
You can hope all you want.
dream, pray to whatever god you want. But
Would
there is
it be
zero-
something that they would trade up for?
No,
He's not that good.
No,
Ravens don't
he
do
is,
that,
but I don't think for you to get into the top 6 to get him, you'll have to give up too much.
Top 6, you reckon?
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he. Okay, I'd expect the Browns to take him 6. If not, I don't think he's getting past Saints at 8.
Yeah,
He's just got a really good.
The Browns are going to take a tackle, bro, for sure.
I don't know.
Maybe
Nah, for
they
sure.
need help
Why not?
in every single part of their life.
Jerry
Sanders
Judy,
got to throw the ball to someone.
Jerry Judy's their number 1. They're in the market for a receiver.
If they're smart, they're drafting a tackle.
Yeah, I think they should too. 'cause they've
At the
lost
fucking
every
Browns,
offensive line.
you can't say if they're smart.
They're too.
Is that a lame hypothetical thing, assuming that the Browns are smart?
I would say it's the lamest hypothetical that's ever been brought up in
Yeah,
this
that's fair.
podcast.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But like for the Ravens though, there's no reason. There's more questions about them than there normally is. But if Lamar plays 17 games, they're going to be a playoff team, and they're going to be competing for that division.
Can I get on the hype train for the Bengals super early? The Ravens super early.
You like them?
Who's the OC again?
Declan Doyle. He was
Declan
actually the
Doyle.
OC behind Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson and Sean Payton. He was a tight ends coach for Sean Payton.
Yeah.
He's a young kid, highly regarded I think he's like 30 or something, highly regarded in the league. They've got him early, and I don't know. Him working with Lamar, he's going to be creative. We're going to see some things that, even though the roster's probably not as talented as it has been previously, I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, look, at least there's some change. Like Tommy, you're a Ravens fan. You must feel like there's something different for once.
I was going to piggyback on what Scotty was saying. I think going really heavy with the offensive-minded coach and OC is like not in a different way to what Harbaugh was doing. I think it's going to be really fresh. It's going to reinvigorate Lamar to run out of the pocket a bit more and create. And then that, even though Henry's getting a bit older, it opens the door for the run game to be a bit more explosive again. I think Harbaugh's offense was a bit predictable last season, and teams were able to stop it really easy, especially when Lamar was hurt.
Well, that's the big thing on Munkin is that he's predictable. He's a younger Mike McCarthy. Like that.
I mean, I don't want to take away something like an NFL coach. They're doing extraordinary.
No.
job.
But we can talk about the perspective of the NFL.
But like
right?
running a 21 dive 30 times a game with Henry, I know
knowing that at some point he's going to break it, and that's not scheming.
Yeah, but I like,
agree.
like you can't just run up the middle every single play and be like, oh, we're only getting 2 yards. What the fuck's going wrong? At least we're going to get a little bit more creativity. He's behind Sean Payton for a couple of years. Ben Johnson, we're going to see some pre-snap movement. We're going to see a lot of this stuff. You got Lamar and Henry.
Very
not
big
relying.
chance Mark Andrews. I know that he's aging, but very big chance.
Still a good tight end.
He has a huge season because we know Ben Johnson and Sean Payton love
Tight ends.
They love
And you know the thing about Minter's going to call the dive when they need 2 yards, not when they're set up for it, and then they don't run it and try and throw the ball and lose the 4th down. Sorry, I've got scars about.
But to be fair, you hit him in the hands.
Like, yeah.
To be fair, Zay Flowers fumbled that ball. You beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going back that far. I'm talking about last season when
I'm going back all the way, Tom.
way.
I'm going back. Hey, shout out to our boy Brocky. I know you're listening. It hurts. You'll feel that pain for a long time. I still
Because you
think
won't be
about the
back for a
Tony
long time.
Romo fumbled snap. I think about it daily. So does Scotty, actually.
Yeah, that was fantastic play for Seattle.
All right.
The division's cherry ripe for the Ravens to take it. If Lamar plays 17 games, they probably win it.
I just hope we get him 17 games. He's such an enjoyable player. Like, just NFL gods, just give us him 17 games.
Couldn't agree more.
And Josh Allen and all of them.
And
Every
yeah,
player. Just give us all of them.
The offense definitely needs to revolve around using Lamar's legs a lot more
Yes,
than what
I
they have the last couple of years.
Yeah.
That's when he's at his best. That dynamic playmaking style. Like
He's proven that he can play in the pocket and throw the ball well from the pocket. He's proven that
He can
now.
dice teams up.
Now we don't need to see it all the time. They can just be like, hey, what's the best thing we need to do right now? And just do it every single time. Harbrow was playing in that protective mode of, oh, if he gets hurt, then I'm going to lose it. Like, he lost his job. It's over now. Minter's got nothing but, hey, I've got to ride Lamar all the way home here. And if we're going to win a Super Bowl, it is going to be on Lamar being probably an MVP and probably a Super Bowl MVP. So they've got to put him in that position to do it all the time and just.
I don't think they're that good.
No, I don't think they are
I
either.
was
But
gonna
that's
say,
what they
have
have
they got.
to do.
Have they got enough talent to win a Super Bowl?
If Lamar is playing at his top level, I think people forget because we credit Josh Allen so much for being when he plays at his top level, he's so good. Lamar's been let down in the playoffs. He's played worse in the playoffs than Josh Allen. That's why he doesn't get the credit. That is the reason for all the Baltimore fans to get upset by it. But he also has had teammates let him down a lot in big games too. It's not all on him.
Of course.
He cops a lot of the blame that Josh Allen could get, but doesn't because he performs so well.
But I would also say,
in fairness,
up until last year, the Ravens on paper had a far better team than what the Bills did. Well, maybe not far better.
I
had
agree
better.
with you 100%. It's far better.
Defensively, they did for sure.
Yeah.
No, the Bills defense was very good for a while.
Bills had some good defense.
I felt like they played better than what their roster was.
Yeah.
And I think the Ravens maybe played a touch under what their potential was. But I think coming into this season, they're a very intriguing team. I'd love to see what Minter can do with all these pieces. Even though I don't love their DB room, they've got a lot of talent there. They just haven't played well. They have potential to really lock down a lot of offenses this game.
Great
this
safety
season.
talent, McCall Herman, and Malachi Starks had a very good
Yeah,
year
Starks
last
was
year.
very good.
He was underrated.
Who's the corner they drafted not long ago? Wright. Yeah, Wright. So yeah, they've invested a first round pick in Wright. The other corner is a little bit iffy, but if you
Humphreys, I don't know if they even if he wants to play or not. That's a question mark. But they also brought back Chibadea Awuzie, major league name, and an excellent third corner. He's a very good outside corner.
he probably lost a little bit of a step, but yeah, you're right. If he's your
solid in
third
the role.
corner, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Tommy, give us your final thought on the Ravens going into next season, and then lead us into Scotty's first team.
Yeah, no, I think they just got to go back to being a fun team to watch, which is from a fan, you're going to get a high level play, as you said, if Lamar plays 17 games. But in Baltimore, the fun of the team got sapped out with Harbaugh's last season. You knew what was going to happen, and they lost that sort of dynamic play a lot. And I think that's what really took it out of, you don't know what's coming. You don't know if there's going to be a read. You don't know. If they can bring that back, get the crowd involved again, make Baltimore a really hard place to play at, they'll go hard. They'll go.
Just make it fresh.
Yeah. Going 3-6 at home last season's not what Baltimore have done for 2 decades.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. All right, what's Scotty's first team?
His favorite team, the
Atlanta Falcons.
To wrap yourself in, boys. Surprising to everyone that I've got the Falcons. So, Falcons coming off a disappointing season while missing the playoffs due to tiebreakers and entering the offseason searching for a new head coach and GM. Appointing Kevin Stefanski while being held in high regard across the league, this move is slightly marginal. Is marginally better to the Atlanta Falcons. In a whirlwind offseason when cutting a $160 million quarterback, strange updates for their star right tackle, who they have 2 left-handed quarterbacks. So it's your left tackle if you're thinking about it. And all the shit that's happening with outside linebacker James Pierce, who they've traded up for, who's likely played his last snaps in the NFL already.
Yeah.
He should have played his last snaps in the NFL. He probably won't.
We didn't really touch about it that much on the show, but it's disgusting what he did. At least the Falcons have one last chance to add some top tier talent in this year's draft in the second round.
Yeah, because I don't have first round pick.
Because they're dumbasses. Key additions. So they've brought in Tua on the league minimum because he's getting paid by the Dolphins. Brian Robinson to back up Robinson.
Yes.
So yeah, not a bad there. Joanne Dotson's still kicking around in the league for fuck knows why. Significant departures. We've got Kirk Cousins, Tyler Allergy, who's a pretty good too for the running back room. Caden Ellis, who's a really good. He's an off-ball linebacker, but he does his best work at the line of scrimmage. If that makes any sense, he's really good.
Very underrated.
Yeah, he's underrated, but he does a lot of good blitzing and all that sort of stuff. He's not the best coverage guy, but he was
the best blitzing linebacker in the NFL last year.
Yeah,
by not just Pro Football, but almost every rating.
Yeah. No, like I said, he does all his all his best work at the line of scrimmage. He's just a little bit of a liability to cover, but he's still he's a big loss. And Darnell Mooney, who I've got a little bit of a soft spot for, I think he's a really good receiver.
I like money with 1-0.
Yep.
Also, Caleb McGarry, their right tackle, is officially retired.
Well, there you go.
It was only yesterday.
Oh,
there you
wow,
go.
I missed
So
that.
he was ready to go for training camp, and now I saw that there was going to be like a longer issue thing. So
At this point, he's not playing anymore.
he's a good right
first
tackle.
round pick. He's been much like Jake Matthews on the left side. There's nothing pretty about him.
Yep.
Nothing excellent. But you know what they do? They start games and they don't let you down. And no one talks about them being shit.
Yep.
It's almost like if you're an offensive line in the NFL and no one talks about being shit, tick. You're going to play for 15 years.
Yeah, if no one mentions your name, it's a good thing.
Exactly. If no one knows who you are, props to you.
Team needs. So I've got linebacker, edge, tight end, safety, and wide receiver. You don't think wide receiver too much when you think about them. So they've got Drake London, but outside of Drake London, they've actually got no one.
In terms of guys that I still have all the hope in the world for, and I will die on this hill. And everyone knows. I don't die on hills.
Pitts is going to let you down.
Die on the Kyle Pitts hill happily. 7 arrows in me like a hero.
I think he's got his guaranteed money in.
Don't you dare. You shut your whorish mouth.
No, I like Pitts. I think he's good. I think he's a good player.
Okay. So they've got pick 48. One of my favorite guys in the later rounds actually is D'Angelo Pons. So he's the corner out of Indiana. He does everything fantastic, and he'd be a top 10 pick if he wasn't 5'9". Like dead set.
So,
that is.
so he'll be a good slot corner then.
So,
No, he's a
so,
boundary.
so he's like Scott. He'd be a top 10 pick if he wasn't.
So he's got like a 44-inch vert.
Jesus.
So
he can jump to 6'2" if he needs to.
exactly, that's my point. So like I actually genuinely think that like him being 5'9" on the boundary is not going to be an issue. He's a very fluent runner against receivers. He does everything well. He's probably the best tackler in the draft.
Yep.
Like dead set, like for everyone. So if they can get him at pick 48, that'd be huge for them. So I think that really shores up the defensive back. They've got Bates back there. Not Terry and Arnold. They got
who's their other safety? He's quite good. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
his brother's in the draft as well from Clemson. Fuck.
Look up the starting safeties for the.
So he's a corners. He's a corner.
What's his name?
He gets burnt. He's like
I want to say Trufant, but he played for them like 10
Marcus
years
Trufant.
ago.
Yeah, and then his brother. No, fuck. Tom.
Yeah, I got AJ Terrell.
Yeah, Terrell.
Yeah.
Terrell, yeah. So he's like Jekyll and Hyde. He's either getting burnt all the time or he's locked down. So they can really
he's
shore
a good
up.
player though. Yeah.
They can really shore up that defensive backfield with D'Angelo
And
Pons.
I think they were top 5 pass defenses last.
Well, not without Pierce.
Correct. That's a big loss for.
And I don't want to talk about it, but if anyone's curious, just look him up. He's a disgusting human.
He's a piece of shit, and he'll probably play this year. That's
He tried to run a police officer over.
Bro, he's going to jail.
He's 100% going to jail.
Well, if Rice didn't go to jail, so yeah, that's fair.
No.
I'm just saying. I hate being this guy, but he might not. Also, like
There's like
Henry
3.
Ruggs will be playing NFL next year.
Yeah, but he went to jail.
Correct. And he also killed a dog. Piece of shit.
No, did he?
Yeah, and a human.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's worse? Definitely the dog.
Both.
So the Falcons, all that aside, they're half a chance of winning the division if somehow they get their shit together. I think they're behind the Panthers, and I think the Saints are up and coming.
Yeah, they got hope for him.
But yeah, also on the flip side, I wouldn't be shocked if they're picking inside the top 10 next year.
Well, at least I'll have a first round pick next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless they do something dumb this year again.
I'm very skeptical in the quarterback rooms. You've got Penix, who can't throw any shallow route, but he can throw a deep ball with the best of them in the NFL. Like, truth be told, he's got a very pretty deep ball.
He's got the tidiest release.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he's left-handed, but it just looks immaculate when he throws the ball.
And then you've got Tua, who doesn't want to throw it any further than 5 yards, but he's deadly accurate within 5 yards. And he's got 2 good knees. And
you can put him
Penix
together.
has a brain. Like I was saying, like if you merge both these guys together, you've potentially got like a top 10 pick, a top 10 quarterback.
It sounds like a scene from the Wizard of Oz. You just need to patch them all together. One's got a brain, one's got knees. You haven't seen the Wizard of Oz, have you?
No.
I did when I was a kid. Yeah.
Oh, grow up.
Yeah,
I
right.
did.
That wasn't me. Those self burns.
two-
Those are rare.
Self burns. Yeah, the Falcons are shit. They're going to struggle. They're going to be bottom of the division
And
this year.
the hardest part is, right, they traded the first round pick last year. And then Walker's the better of him and James Pierce Jr. I know the stats don't match, but Walker is a very good defensive end.
Does everything.
And then Pierce Jr. had such a good rookie year. And if he hasn't had this off-field issue, you're probably like, okay, well, at least, at least the first round picks they used have equaled two really good edge players, which we all know the NFL is built from the edge, right? Like if you can generate pressure with 4 rush, you can win a lot of games.
You don't disagree with the move, but you can't argue with the results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now that Pierce Jr.'s, got his issues, it just sucks. Like it sucks for him. It does. It's not their fault. They didn't know.
Yeah, but he had those
they
issues
did.
coming out of college.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I understand.
That's why he dropped into
That's why
the
he
middle
fell.
of the
Exactly
second
right.
round.
That's exactly right. That's why he fell.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
He was an absolute knucklehead, and every team goes, nah, not going near him. And then 12 months later, he's ramming a cop against their car.
Yeah, but there's plenty of
Using
guys
his
that have
car.
had all those issues, and then when they get
Not that
drafted,
bad.
they find a way to polish
Not
it.
that bad.
Well, there have been guys, but I think, yeah.
It just sucks.
Front office needs to be wary, man.
For Falcons fans, I'm more saying from the point
Sure.
of view that
Fuck
they
them too.
finally had these two, the one in Australia, they finally had these two guys, and they thought, okay, well, we traded the first round pick, but we've got 2 good players, and then one's off to jail.
One's in jail.
It just sucks. It sucks that they almost made the right move. And
Once upon a time, they had their quarterback, and then he got rushed to jail.
Let's move on to the Vikings so we can talk about more bonehead first round picks.
Just quickly on the NFC South, how many wins is going to get you in the playoffs?
Probably 10. I reckon
8.
10.
Oh, 10, definitely, for sure.
10. I think Panthers will be good. I think Panthers will be solid again.
But they've got the first place schedule now.
Correct.
So they get
Which is
2
tougher.
games outside of conference that will be
With
against
one
other
seed.
first round
And
seeds.
then you've got I think the Bucks are regressing. I truly do think they are.
Yep.
And then the Saints are on the way up, but talent wise, they're not as talented as the Falcons in a lot of positions. So I think there's some hope there. But it's like, if we know the Falcons, they'll lose it.
Honestly, no one cares. I don't even if one of these teams win 11 or 12 games, like they're not going to be good enough to get past the second round.
No, that's probably fair. Whoever wins this division is probably not. No one in this division is competing for a Super Bowl.
No, of course not.
No, that's where it is, I guess.
Sure.
Which, unlike the Minnesota Vikings, who internally I'm sure feel very much like they're competing.
So obviously everyone knows, everyone and their dog knows that Minnesota let Sam Darnold walk to the Seahawks after 14 wins.
Super Bowl
champion, Sam Darnold. Shout out to the Ginger Messiah over there. There he is right there.
Sexy son of a bitch.
So they let him
Looking
walk.
at Scotty too.
Stud.
Looking at
They let him walk, and the Seahawks signed him for peanuts, and then won a Super Bowl. Rode their defense home. Shout out to them. And because they thought,
Can you stop discrediting
why?
Sam Darnold?
No, I'm not.
His NFC Championship game was
I'm
one
not.
of the best
I
quarterbacks.
was talking about the Seahawks. Seahawks rode the defense all the way to a championship. That's what I said.
Okay.
And Darnold, when
Jalen Hurts didn't.
When they gave up 35 points in the NFC Championship game, and Darnold played perfect, that wasn't him winning them the game.
No, he
Against
can't.
the best team in the NFL.
He's still got these facts for Seattle being shit and,
Anyway, when I'm talking about Seattle, who are
being
Minnesota?
pretenders.
So, and then they internally they're like, no, McCarthy's the guy. McCarthy's the guy. First round pick. He's going to lead us to the promised land. He was so good at Michigan. Blah 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 blah. Turns out he's historically the worst quarterback to ever start in the NFL.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
JJ McCarthy.
JJ.
We don't know who that is, man.
Yeah. What's his real
Nine.
name?
Nine.
Oh,
9.
Oh, shut up, all of you.
9.
I'm trying to have an adult conversation here. Can we all shut up?
Well, you're in the
We're
wrong
trying to
room.
have an-
Yeah. So we
We're
call
trying to
people
have
by
an
their
adult
proper
conversation.
names.
Yeah, his name's 9 legally.
I'm not.
He referred to
I'm-
himself as 9.
I'm not going to call him 9. I'm just not doing that. Sorry.
Your career is going well when your direct comparison is Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah. So historically awful season, had one good quarter for the entire year, basically,
Against the
And-
Cowboys.
and basically cost himself a spot in the NFL. Cost the GM his job.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I don't know. I don't reckon JJ McCarthy was the only reason that guy cost himself a job. It was
Sam Darnold making the Super Bowl and winning.
That was probably the knife that really.
It was either
Really
him,
nice.
it was
That
either
was
him
the-
or KOC, and KOC is a good coach. so, like,
KFC's really good.
so
It
I'm
wasn't-
gonna pay.
It wasn't a knife. It was
They're
a
like-
machete straight out of the bin that was.
Yeah, straight out of the beach. Shout out to Jacinta.
And Fitzy.
Yeah, shout out Fitzy. I know he listens too. Yeah. Vote Labor, you fucking goose. Anyway, so
to go there.
I did and I will. So it was either we knife O'Connell, who's a really good coach, or we knife the GM. GM's gone, and internally there's a lot of rumblings. Jeddah's upset. There's a lot of like players not happy.
He's happy now that Kyle's
with what's going on. So then they've decided what we're going to do. We're going to select Hobbit Boy 2.0, 5'7", Kyler Murray off the crap
He's
heap.
some respect on his
And we're going to get him.
Shit on his height all you want.
No.
He's a good player.
He was in MVP conversation before he blew out his knee.
Yeah, well, he was, and that was 3 or 4 years ago.
3.
You're known to never talk about players who 3 or 4 years ago were in MVP contention. Just
Yeah.
anyway, keep moving. Talk about Kyler.
Yep.
So
Didn't ride his defense to the
they've
game
got
to the Super Bowl though.
shut up, Scott. So they got Kyler Murray in, and internally, I'm sure they're thinking he's going to at least at a minimum he's going to be better than McCarthy.
Oh,
Oh, at a minimum.
Shit, I reckon I could be better than McCarthy.
If he's worse than McCarthy, jeez.
The Vikings are cursed.
Heads
Could
are
he-
rolling.
This is the point I wanted to make. Could this be the beginning of is this the curse of the Great Bambino? Is this the curse of the Ginger Messiah? We let this is what I wanted to bring up with you guys. Is this the Ginger Messiah curse? We let Darnold walk and we're forever cursed at quarterback
Jets,
now? Is that a thing?
Panthers.
Could that be a thing?
yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope
where
it
I'm
is.
going with this.
the Panthers got a little bit of success, but they didn't really invest in him, did they? So
I'm
Baker,
trademarking this now. The Ginger Messiah curse is on
Tommy,
in Minnesota.
write down name of the show: The Curse of the Ginger Messiah.
This
That's
is
the
it.
name of the episode.
Because I think the Murray's best days are behind him, and I don't think that any sort of magic or form that he had, he can't recapture that.
I can
in
see it both
Minnesota.
ways. I can
You
see it
can-
both ways.
and that's fine
Yeah.
too. And that's
I think
people have their
grading him
opinions.
on the end of his Arizona days are a little unfair.
His
he
peak.
was-
Peak is 4 years ago. His best football is 4 years removed.
Yeah, but okay, I'll ask the same lame hypothetical that I've asked about a lot of teams. If he plays 17 games this year and he's healthy all year, are they a playoff team?
No, the division's too good.
That's fair too, but are they in contention for it? Like, are they good? He plays 17 games.
Define good. 10 wins.
Yeah, 10 or 11 wins.
I think if he plays 17 games and plays to a good enough level, they can potentially win 10 games.
Well, they've got Flores. He's a great DC. The defense was good last year.
Uh,
It was
I've
good-
got
it
their
was good when they didn't need it to be.
I've got their record here from last year, and they went 4-2 in the division last year.
they only played well against the division.
Yes,
And
they
then
did.
they got a cheeky win against the Commanders, who no one gave a fuck about. And they beat the Bengals early in the season when the Bengals, it was the first week after Burrow's injury,
Yeah.
week 3.
Yeah, look,
So,
I'm just saying,
it's-
like, if Murray plays every game,
and they
He's a good
also
player.
only played good when they were mathematically eliminated.
That's true. When it was the games were there to be won, no bueno.
which is a good trade as well.
I only know all this because I did a lot of fact finding on the Vikings,
Unnecessarily.
thinking
What
that I
else,
may
So
have had.
and the other thing is as
Where
well,
the Vikings
they've lost veteran guys too. Ryan Kelly's gone, the
Yes.
center.
Yep.
And Hargrave and Allen,
Yep, on the D-line.
on the D line, are both gone. So that's key veteran guys gone. That
Nelson
they're gonna
Angler.
In fairness, they bought Allen in last year and they let him go.
fine.
And Hargraves was the same. Hargraves hasn't been the same since he got hurt in Philly.
So so they're going to be draft wise going to the draft. They're definitely going to be wanting to look to. I think they're picking 18. I think.
Yes.
Picking 18.
Yep.
I'd be taking a center if I was them.
I don't think there's that center this year.
Oh, God.
I'd be taking a center or the best D lineman available. One or the other.
Yeah, they've got players at key positions that they don't need to reach for anyone. They can just see who's there and take whoever they feel confident in, whoever the best guy is for them at that point. I don't think it'll be center.
They reckon they're going to get Sadiq at tight end.
I don't mind Sadiq.
I
Yeah,
don't hate that at all.
They reckon he can drop far enough to get to them.
Haven't they got Hawkinson still though?
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
Hawkins.
they can-
I always
everyone-
get
you can
confused
run
with
12
Hawkinson,
personnel.
not at Detroit.
I
was
wouldn't mind
still
them getting
there.
McNeil or Warren too. Just shoring up that do-it-all safety for Flores. Harrison's may not return or may just do a final tour.
Who's the other good safety? That we talked about last week for the Bills. I've forgotten his name now. He could he could go anywhere from 10 to 30. Like that.
Oh, the Oregon kid. Shit.
Yeah, we talked about it for like 10 minutes last week.
Anyway, back to the Vikings. Just
Why don't we
quickly.
have the big board up?
There's
Get the big one up.
there's a very real chance that these guys are the fourth team in the division again. Like this year, sorry, not again.
They weren't last year, they were
no,
third.
no,
Lions.
Lions were the fourth,
Yeah.
but Lions had a real really down year. I don't see
And-
that happening
and
again next year.
Play. We'll talk about
A lot
that
of
next section.
lot of injuries and whatever. So
That's,
yeah, there's
yeah.
a very real chance that they're fourth in the division. This year.
I would say that I have a lot more faith in the Lions drafting a gun lineman and then just turning back to the normal than the Minnesota addressing all their needs.
Well,
But
it just keeps on.
There's a very real chance Minnesota got a top 10 pick
I have
next
to
year.
learn this safety's name.
there he is. Oh, no.
Go up.
No,
That's
no.
a tight end. Oh, no.
No,
that's what's Warren. He's very
There-
good.
There is up there.
go up,
Oregon
up,
one. You
up,
passed it, you
up,
passed
up.
it, go
Yep.
up.
Thieneman.
Thieneman. Yeah. Like he
He's a
could
stud.
very realistic be there. So,
There's
He's
a very
that
real-
good that we've got his name for a minute.
There's a very real chance
but
that,
we knew who he was.
Yeah.
That's the key.
just to put a button on this, there's a very real chance that the wheels completely fall off this year in Minnesota, and they're a top 10 picking top 10 next year.
And KFC is an OC for a really good team.
I think that is the reality. That's how I see it planning out.
if,
for them.
if Kyler Murray doesn't work out, doesn't play really well,
What are the
they'll
chances?
move on from him. He's on a 1 year deal. They'll move on from him. They'll move on from.
I don't put it out there.
They'll
Sorry, I
start-
put it out there. The curse of the Ginger Messiah. I put it out there.
I don't even.
What are the chances Murray plays anything close to what his peak was?
Oh, pretty unlikely.
I don't think it necessarily falls on Murray. Like they've re-signed Jones, who's ancient in running back terms.
Yes.
Their O-line, they've redid their whole O-line, invested a lot of money in it. Didn't get any better.
No, Fry's
Didn't turn out. Like it turns out when you snap your leg and you give a guy what do they give him? 27 million a year or something? Didn't work out.
Yeah. No, he could be like 1 year removed. Like there's always that.
That's very true. And
they've got Dillard at left tackle, who's very good, but did his knee 2 years ago late in the season. So last year didn't come back till later.
Yeah.
And was finding his feet again. He's a very, very good left
there is potential that it does turn around. I do agree, but it's also overcoming a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
I just think there's too many question marks everywhere. All over
I also
the
think
field,
you're
man.
burying the lead. If Justin Jefferson blows out his knee, it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback.
That's true. I mean, we do play with injuries.
I know
but get
injuries
your
off,
point.
but if there's one player for a team that can't get hurt that's not a quarterback, he is probably 1A.
He definitely moves the needle.
Yeah, that's fair too. And he missed a few games last year and also had traffic cone throwing in the football. So which was
In
Well,
saying that,
actually,
what
not
week
throwing
is
the ball.
what week are we going to see Carson Wentz because everyone else has shit the bed?
Oh no, I would be shocked
Carson
if you
Wentz
see.
still at Minnesota.
Yeah, he re-signed.
Yeah, he did.
I'd be shocked if we see some Carson Wentz football. KOC's already gone and Jefferson's already
Okay.
gone.
And in saying that, week 8.
It'll only happen because of injury. Like if Murray's healthy, he'll be playing. And no matter how poor he is.
I would argue that Wentz will be the backup.
Yeah, who are you going to? Max Brosma?
I don't think
Brosman won't make it through
There's
training camp.
the only reason that JJ McCarthy is going to be on the roster next year is because he's on a rookie contract. That is the one and only reason.
Yeah.
If he was a 5th round pick, he's already cut.
How many years did Jamarcus Russell play? 2?
3.
3?
Yeah.
It's looking grim. It's looking grim. 9.
But the thing with McCarthy is Russell's issue was that
He read the playbook.
he was a knucklehead, right? More reports McCarthy wants to be good. I just don't know if the talent's there.
Yeah.
Like it's similar to Bryce Young, but
There's plenty of blokes that want things that just can't happen.
Correct.
Like Scott wants to be 6 foot tall. It's just not going to happen, dude.
But also,
like I love the guy to death.
I don't
but
care.
like Jamarcus Russell had everything going for him, but he just wouldn't commit.
But he was just an idiot.
Just an idiot.
Yeah.
So that was his problem. Where McCarthy's not that, which will keep him in the NFL.
Like I want to have Tom's hair. It's not going to happen.
I want his hair first. Shotgun.
Arm wrestle.
Fuck, you can have it. I can see it. All right, let's go to the Detroit Lions.
Ooh, here we go.
4th in the division last year, which is just diabolical. The wheels kind of fell off as the season went on. They were in playoff contention with 5 weeks left or something.
Or 2 weeks. I think they only
Yeah,
got knocked out
it
2
was-
weeks before.
It was bad. They still won 8 games. They won 9. They were riddled with injury, riddled with it. Looking at this team, the offense is where I always start. I actually think I have seen no reason why the offense, which was pretty good last year in fairness, I see no reason why it won't be elite still. They've got Sun God, Amon-Ra, Laporta back from injury, which is a huge in, one of the best tight ends in football and a big feature in that offense. Gibbs is one of the best running backs in football.
And sorry to hijack this, he's completely unlocked now.
Yeah, there's no
we're not going to see like a 60-40 split share. It's going to be like a 90-10.
Yeah, it's going to be all him and then Pacheco just pounding the ball every now and again,
Yep.
which is, I think Pacheco is a really good second back for them. He will, he'll
He's
have,
just a cheaper version of Montgomery, really.
yeah, he'll have
he's
5
Audi
10
Montgomery,
carries a game.
really.
Yeah, he'll get some tough yards. He'll score some touchdowns, runs hard. It's a really good 1-2 that they don't have to, if they don't want to give him any carries, they don't have to. If they're up in the game and they want Gibbs to rest, they can give him 20. Like they don't care. They just can treat him however they want. So he's a great change of pace.
Make him sound like a cheap hooker.
Well, that's unfortunately
In NFL terms, it kind of is.
In
Like,
the NFL
Yeah,
running back, that's exactly what they
like
are.
running back, especially.
Backups and a lot of starters as well. Unfortunately, they've got great playmakers everywhere. Throw in Jameson Williams, who's one of the best athletes in football. I don't think he's the best
last
receiver.
year.
1,000-yard receiver though, and he's going to be the third or fourth option in this offense, which is awesome. I actually, on paper, think the offense is no concern to me. Jared Goff's a really polished quarterback. Yeah, they lost Taylor Decker, which we'll talk about a bit later, but the offensive line will still be good. I think Goff will still play well like he did last year, and I see no reason why the offense won't be really good. Ben Johnson
is the Ben Johnson thing, man. It's still a thing. Like,
but they were still a top offense last year.
Yeah.
They were top 10.
They were top 5.
that were nowhere near as explosive as when Johnson was calling the plays. Though.
Is this the season where
is that a health thing though? I don't know.
Is this the season where they all drop off the cliff with backing Dan Campbell if they have injuries again and they fail it again?
They're too young to drop off a cliff. Like they're almost in the start of their window again.
Yeah.
Like they're not that old.
I tend to agree. In all the key positions, they've got absolute studs and they're all under 25, 26.
But he's always copping if he didn't have injuries, they'd be a Super Bowl team. And I feel like how many...
That was only last year. Like
the year before, I feel like do you reckon they overreached a bit?
Stuffed up when they lost to the Niners when they were up 24-7 at halftime. They stuffed that up.
What about the year after when they lost to the Commanders at home?
But they were injured. That was when they were injured. When they lost to the Niners, they had complete... And in fairness to Campbell, he said it after that game. He's like, we blew it. These opportunities don't come often, and we blew it. And he knows because he's been in the NFL for so long that he gets it.
Continue with your little spiel, and then I'll tell you what I think.
I was going to say a sneaky free agent signing for them, which has gone a bit under the radar. Cade Mays from the Panthers, the center. He had a 94, and this isn't just ratings, 94% pass block win rate and gave up 1 sack for the season.
Wow, that's a hell of a
So that's a really good replacement for Ragnow, who was an absolute trooper and had to retire from a lot of injuries.
Tried to come back, but no bueno.
There's a bit of shit going on because they made him pay back his signing bonus, which
I don't like that.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But that's also the organization. I'm guaranteeing you, if you ask Dan Campbell, do you want him to pay it back? He's like, fuck no, give him all of it.
It's not his call.
So that's not a team thing. That's an organization thing. And Detroit, they're still living in a bit of the shit.
Signing like that.
Yeah, they're still living in a bit of the asshole organization, the loser organization from the top.
Yeah.
But Dan Campbell's changed from the team point of view. But great signing for them. I think he can end up being a really good replacement for Ragnow. I think he'd be really consistent on a team that wants to pass the ball a lot. And great athlete. They want to stretch and run wide with Gibbs. He's a great position for them. Now, defensively, they were destroyed by injuries last year on defense. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's not an excuse. It's an absolute reason for them. Branch missed a lot of the season. Kirby Joseph, who was an all-pro safety the year before, missed almost all the season, which is huge. Aleem McNeil, who's their big nose tackle that helps them stop the run, does all the dirty work for him. I think he missed 6 games last year in clutch games. They needed him. He wasn't available. Hutchinson was very good, but you could still see he had a horrible injury and it was still recovering. So I think he could be even better this year.
Sure.
Which is saying something. I think he'd be even better. So on paper, they've got a ton of the pieces that can perform at a high level. It's just going to be whether those guys can stay healthy. That's my biggest concern with the defense. And as I said, we play with injuries off. I'm not going to prey on the fact that it could happen again, that we've seen it for 2 years now. So is it now the problem that they've got to resolve by moving on?
Who's the linebacker they lost? Alonzo?
Anzalone,
who they let walk. Like, they're all upset about Anzalone because he played there for a long time. He's not that good a player.
Oh, he's not that bad though.
He's not bad, but he's fine.
He got superseded by who was the first team All-Pro with all tackles? Campbell.
Jack Campbell.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell's a very good.
He's a first rounder as well, so he's obviously got first round pedigree.
I'm not going to shit on him for letting Alonzo walk when he's 32 years old. It's just not that big a deal. I know the Detroit fans are all up in arms about it, and they could have bought him back for nothing, and he wanted to come back, but at some point, it's okay to move on from a player. And when they're over 30, it's okay too. I'm not against it. Draft. Picking 17. This is a team that, when you look at them on paper, there's not a ton of weakness, right? There's just not. They're pretty good in a lot of the areas they need to be good at, including quarterback, defensive end, offensive line. Panay Sewell's probably the best right. He's probably the best right tackle in football. One of the best offensive.
Moving to left tackle.
Moving to left tackle.
Is that right?
Potentially, yeah.
I think they're going to wait to see how the draft goes. So at pick 17 to replace Decker, They would love a piece like Munro Freeling.
Oh, yes,
I
they would.
don't know if he'll be there. I hope he is because
I
he's
reckon he'll
such a
get
good
there.
fit.
I think he will be as well. I think he's too big of a project for the teams that need to solidify the O-line and start the rebuild, but he's perfect for your third best lineman.
Correct. And then there's also Proctor from Alabama, who I think he'll play right tackle, which would then you could move Panasol. And I truly believe Panasol could be an all-pro at both positions. He played left tackle his first season. He was outstanding. So the only reason he moved was because he got hurt, and then Decker they got Decker in free agency, and he took left tackle.
Yeah,
sure.
So the other thing they could do is DB and defensive end. If one of the DNs falls to them, obviously it's not going to be a Bain or Bailey, but if another guy they like, maybe a Fork if he's there.
He'll be there,
It's a bit of a reach, but maybe they like him to put opposite of Hutchinson or defensive back. And by defensive back, I mean corner. That's probably their weakest spot on the field. So
Just go and get Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson, the running back.
Out of San Diego State.
Yeah,
San Diego
I love
State.
Chris Johnson. If Seattle gets him at the end of the first, I'll have the hardest stick.
But there's plenty of corners, and there's.
They reckon the Cowboys are going to trade up and get him.
No, they're not going to trade
I
up.
think he'll be there.
No, he's actually got a really weird draft board. Finish on this, and then we'll
Sorry,
touch back on it.
No, that's it. I just think that the good thing with them is they've got O-line, defensive end, and cornerback, and there's plenty of them that are going to go in the first round, and they can wait, see which one's there, and go, this is our guy. And
It's
they
like
can just take the one that they feel is the best guy of those positions. That's what they'll take. Because they can do that because they've got a lot of talent everywhere else.
I think the increasing, I don't want to say this, not negative, but the but with Detroit, but this, but that. I think that Dan Campbell is going to be like, we cut our teeth by being fucking more physical, mentally stronger, and we'll ground you into a pulp. And that reinforces that statement comes from the O-line and it ripples through the rest of the team. I think that this is just a fantastic move. They're just going to get a mauler up front. Probably, I would say Proctor. I think Freeland is
touch and go if he's there.
I think he'll be there, but I just don't know if that's the mold they want to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think they just want to go the real big mauler guy. He's a big guy too, Freeland. They could go either one. And they're just going to reinforce their identity, the Dan Campbell identity. And then people will be like, oh yeah, this is the Lions we remember from 2 years ago.
And there's a very good chance that both those guys are better than what Taylor Decker was last year. Not that Decker was bad, but it was time to move on from Decker. Yeah. And I like Decker, but it was time.
Yeah. It's like we were saying, it's a tough position. It's the only position where you're 100% going to hit someone. So
and you can play 100 snaps and 99 of them are perfect, and then the one where the guy shoots past you untouched, strips the quarterback and scores a defensive touchdown, you've had the worst game in the world.
How old's Decker now? 32, 33?
Yeah, I think he is,
That's a lot of miles. It starts to hurt after a while. So
he's 32 years old and he's currently not signed.
He's a free agent,
So that tells you everything. Because if a guy hits the market that everyone wants, they go very quick.
100%, especially a tackle.
Well, he's probably a depth piece that they'll get in Fred.
Or he's waiting. He's waiting for a team that goes, we're not comfortable with our left tackle. Decker.
He'll get picked up after the draft.
100%,
for sure.
He'll get picked up. All right.
It's also they're the best team that finished fourth in their division, and they're going to get the fourth ranked schedule for their division as well.
Be a big help for them.
Yeah, they went 2-4 last year in their division. Which
I have faith in them. I think they're going to bounce back.
If they stay healthy, they'll do well.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately a little bit of like that almost mentality is starting to creep in a little bit at Detroit, and I'm just concerned that because they've been such a shit organization for such a long time, I'm concerned that that's going to like start to creep back in a little bit.
Dan Campbell will let
I get what you're saying, and I hope not too, like for everyone's sake, because I want everyone to do well. But I'm concerned that, they're not too far removed from that loser shit organization mentality, and I'm concerned that the buts and the almosts and the but he was injured and that was injured and this happened, and that's going to start to creep back in.
No, I think Dan Campbell's too good for all of that.
Yeah, fair.
Let's hope you're right.
All right, let's go to Scotty's second team, which is the Indianapolis Colts, Scott.
Yeah, so it's a shock to everyone that I got the Colts in this room. In this room,
no, it's a shock to no one.
No one except you.
So coming off one of the best starts in NFL history to 8-0, and if Super Bowls were played in November, this team would have been number one seed. Unfortunately, the reality of what a few select people could see, there was a Band-Aid this team was essentially just, that meme where they put the Band-Aid over the tank of water and it was just pissing out of water. The form's cracked and the Colts showed their true colors. Happened a few weeks before Daniel Jones got injured.
Yeah, everyone puts it on Daniel Jones, but it wasn't. It was already starting.
Yeah, it was already there. And then when Daniel Jones got injured, this team spiraled. Unfortunately, during that time, they also traded their first round pick for Sauce Gardner, who was a little bit iffy. Played well in patches. I have my opinions on him, and I think everyone knows that by now. But I don't think the juice is worth a squeeze there. But good on them.
Certainly not trading your first round pick. That was
Not
such a
two.
Yeah,
Two
no, you
And
can't.
next year, all year, everyone knows that next year's draft is going to be phenomenal. The top end talent, the middle talent, it's going to be really, really good. So great move by the Colts. Well done. Key additions. We've got Daniel Jones for a 2-year, $88 million fully guaranteed deal. Fantastic.
Fleeced them. Absolutely fleeced them.
Is he 30 coming off Achilles? Or is
Yes.
he 29?
Yeah, I think he's pretty
He's
close.
30. Yeah.
29 coming off Achilles. He's shown pretty good ability to throw the ball throughout his career. He's been pretty consistent as well. He's played 17 games.
Daniel Jones is 28.
28.
Yeah, there's only one time he's finished a year. He's played all 17 games, so that's money well spent. They overpaid for Alec Pierce as well, and they were outbidding no one. 4 years, $116 million for a guy that's a bit of a deep threat when you've got a quarterback that doesn't throw the ball particularly well deeper. That seems like a really good deal. And they've shored up the D line with Arden Kay, who's a bit of a whatever pick, a bit of a whatever sort of
Unkey.
key. Sorry,
Yeah.
he's an okay D lineman. He's fine, but he's more of your rotate in sort of guy.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I think in a division where everyone's sort of getting a little bit better, they're sort of dropping off the median a little bit. Tennessee's, potentially going to get love, and then if they can run the ball efficiently, they'll stay in games. We saw enough out of Cam Ward to see that he's going to be the guy.
Yep.
Say what you want about Stroud, but the
Colts
Texans
have the worst quarterback in the division.
Oh, for sure. They probably had the worst quarterback after week 12 last year.
Yeah.
The way that Cam Ward finished the year. Texans going to be right there and about. And I think the Jags, even if they do drop off, they're not going to drop off to the Colts level of things. So it's a bleak outlook, in my opinion, for the Colts coming up.
Giving up next year's first was so dumb for Sauce. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's really going to bite.
And this year's first.
Yeah, this year's first, you could almost say
Pick 16.
if they just gave this year's first, you'd be like, okay, I can kind of live with that. Next year's as well is so dumb.
Yeah, and also like with their DB room, they've got Charvadius
Ward.
So like he's had some horrific things happen in his personal life. He's also on the field had a lot of concussions. So it's
Is that the one that lost his?
Yeah, he lost his son. Yeah, so yeah, terrible. I didn't really want to bring it up, but yeah.
I
So
was just trying to get right in my mind who
he's had some horrific things happen to him. He's had a lot of concussions. Don't know where he's going to be at coming into the season. He may not even be medically cleared. I think he finished the year with concussions.
Yeah.
So just a lot of holes here. They don't have a lot of picks, but pick 47. One of my favorite players in the draft actually is Jacob Rodriguez. He's a linebacker, which won't surprise anyone that knows me, out of Texas Tech. His instincts, his speed, everything, he plays the position just so well. He's like all his intangibles don't fly off the chart. He's just one of those guys that just knows where the play's going, smokes a guy to get there. He'll beat a guard if he needs to. He finds a hole in the running. He knows where the running back's going with the ball.
High effort.
Yeah, he can bait them into thinking that the gap's free, and then he's quick enough to get into that gap and smoke him at the line of scrimmage. He's just a very good instinctive linebacker. They've let Zahir Franklin walk, or that essentially for a 7th round pick, whatever. So they'll shore up that position, investing in Rodriguez. So if he's there, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, and then like they traded Pittman as well. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
I think the buzz coming out of there, I think, is that they're really high on Downs.
Yeah, like
and I think
like
Downs is a very, very good
like
player,
him.
but Downs is like a really good, like beat you with the route, like very good at, like, he's one of the guys that in a phone booth will get open.
Yeah.
When you got Richardson and Daniel Jones throwing the ball, it's not the fucking receiver you need.
If you had Tom Brady throwing the ball, he's Julian Edelman.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah. So I mean, they've got our guy JTT, so we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah, it's interesting.
and he's an up and down running back as well.
And also, like what Warren's a very good tight end. He was great when the first 8 games, he was probably going to be rookie of the year.
Probably was running away with it.
Yeah, and then when Jones got hurt, it really fell off. And then they started playing better teams as well. So it's a weird season for them. I personally think they're not going to be in the playoffs. I won't be picking them at all.
No, they're going to finish 4th easily in this division. They'll be lucky to win 6 games.
Oh, no, them and the Titans are fighting pretty hard for 4th. I think.
No, I think the Titans are going to be better, man. Way better. Especially they've got
They'd have to have a big jump to be.
just the coaching jump alone is enough to raise the boats there, man.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be shocked if the Titans are better than them. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
No, me neither. I'm just saying that
I'm actively tipping the Titans to be better than the Colts.
You reckon? Yeah, so Colts 4th in division.
100%.
What we can all agree on, though, is if you won the Super Bowl on the name of your offensive coordinator, the Colts would win the Super Bowl every year.
Lay it on me, big boy.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Wow, what a name.
He's still coaching the NFL.
Yeah, he's still the OC at the Colts.
Old
But
Cootsy.
yeah.
Shout out.
Getting it done still, old Jimbo.
No, look, if they could play everyone inside the top 10, picking inside the top 10, that would be a good team.
They'd be the Patriots last year.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the last team of the night.
That was so slick from you. You just
I-
slipped that in
And
there.
now you've ruined it because it was slick.
You
And-
know the GIF where it's Miami LeBron and
Yeah, it's a lob.
the lob, and then Dwayne Wade's doing the airplane after. That's what we just
It's a
did.
lob City Lakers. It's a lob City Clippers.
I know
here.
about
love
it. It's why Drake May's cutouts in the corner where he belongs.
No, good.
You look at that corner.
Shout out Drake May.
I don't get that.
I don't get it either. It's so
because
stupid.
it's because he's so milk toasted he doesn't get a cool
He
nickname.
doesn't get a cool name.
So he's
nickname
Drake,
is
Drake May.
I never heard that until you said it on the show.
It only started the last month or so.
Oh.
I think it's like you got to be like chronically on the internet to know that.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's just
right.
like he's not cool enough. To
Okay,
have any
let's-
sort of-
let's
So
talk
it's not
about-
on my YouTube
let's
clips,
talk
but
about
I'm
the
grinding
Panthers.
tape.
Let's talk about the Panthers who had a good season
Ooh,
last season
yes.
and sneakily got really good in the offseason.
They
as well.
did.
They've added some really good pieces.
Devin Lloyd.
So
Phillips.
offensively, they signed Fordner, the center, to a 1-year deal, which I think is going to be a good thing. Signed AJ Dillon, which is good running back depth. Mechie as well, which is good wide receiver depth. I like him as like your third receiver.
Do you like
I
him
don't
because he
mind
was from Philly?
No, as a third receiver, I think he's good.
Is it Texans first?
Texans and then two.
Mechie's got a really like hard career because I think he had cancer or something when he first got drafted.
Okay,
And then he did his knee. There was something like
he's
that.
bounced around a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He was like the Texans were all in on him, and then it just nothing went his way. So I hope he ends up being
the key signings are on defense. Signed Jalen Phillips to a big deal. I think that's a fantastic signing. I think he's a hell of a player. He's a
too
hell
much
of a
money,
man.
but he could play up to it.
He could definitely play up to it, and he's going to have the opportunity to do it.
It
I think-
addresses a glaring weakness, which was when you have Brown, and then he's going to eat up all the interior guys, and you have
100%.
Phillips that can just be a wild man, like
Very
off the
good
edge.
chance.
Pin the ears back and go.
Yeah.
Very good chance he's like Brian Birds was last year for the Giants.
Could be,
Yeah.
could very well be.
Yeah.
Yep,
He could easily get 10 or 12 sacks.
probably better against a run. Phillips
Yeah,
is.
Phillips is a very good player.
So-
Phillips he just got hurt a bunch.
Yeah.
He was outstanding in Miami.
Yep,
at
agreed.
college and the NFL. And
Yeah,
then he just got hurt too much. And then we all know what Miami were doing. They were just cutting any talent they could get.
As I said, just probably a little bit too much money,
Yeah.
but I like the signing. He's going to be really good down there for the Panthers for sure. And the other big one is Devin Lloyd from the Jags.
Should have
Hell of
been
a player.
first team All Pro last year. It was a travesty.
Again, we've spoken about this, so I'll just say it quickly. How the fuck the Jaguars let him walk? I don't know. He probably wanted to leave, in all fairness, but you just can't let a guy that good leave your building. Like,
No,
you just chain him
he-
to the desk. Like, you can't leave, bro. Sorry.
and he
It's
left
good.
to the Jaguars of the NFC.
Yeah, basically. So he's two outstanding pickups.
Not quite, almost.
I think
Close. Yeah.
I think what the Panthers are doing is they're doing this the right way. They've realized that our QB is probably the 20th best QB in the league.
Yeah,
Probably.
Fair. Yeah,
Right? It's not unfair.
he's 15 to 20.
Yeah. It's probably the 20th best QB. He is what he is. We know what he can do. We know what he can't do. What we're going to do instead.
The problem is that he could be the 10th as well.
Yeah, he's
Sure.
so up and down.
I'm not saying consistently, but like he could just have that game where you're like, oh,
he
he's
had a
10th best
couple of
player in the league.
flashes, yeah, but overall, you
Owns
say
the-
he's very
Yeah, I'm 100% agreeing with what you're saying.
Owns the franchise record for passing out.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but
In a
like, the over the whole season, he's probably the 20th. But if you get him when he's the 10th best, look
Yeah,
out.
it's cool.
You're in for a bad
Yeah.
game.
And he's a hell of a kid. I'm on record. I love Bryce Young. I want him to do well, but he's just too short. Anyway,
That's it. He's always been consistent with that.
being consistent. And so they're doing it the right way. They said, here's what he is. We know what he is. We know what he is. And we're just going to build the best team around him as possible. The defense is going to be really good this year. I won't be surprised if they're a top 5 defense.
I think year 3 of Canales, we're really going to see. We saw it last year in more often than not that they were really good at out scheming teams with McMillan running the ball well. Everything was looking really, really good. I think year 3 with
Dowdle's going to be a loss though. Dowdle's going to be a loss.
No, he's not.
It was a weird lot. I
No, he's
thought
not.
more and more about this, and I think I'm leaning to Scotty as well. Like the Cowboys didn't want him.
Yeah.
Panthers had him for a year.
Well, we'll see.
I just think they just think he's a good runner, and you know where there's a lot of good runners? The NFL.
Yeah.
And he can't pass protect very well. He doesn't catch the ball very well.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
Like he's not terrible at it, but he's
They
not
also-
in that top status.
Carolina and Cowboys have both had very good graded for running O-lines. So maybe anyone could just run there.
Yeah, what any NFL player.
Yeah.
And that's what Carolina are banking. It's what the Cowboys banked. They did the
Yeah,
same
they're
with
picking-
Pollard, the Cowboys.
They're
It's
picking
like,
19. They're picking 19.
Lay it on me.
If it was me, I'd be going tight end. I'd be trying to get that the Sadiq boy from
Couldn't
Oregon.
agree anymore.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Sadiq-
agree anymore.
Get Sadiq from Oregon. So you got Young, give him another nice weapon, and let them go to work.
Can I have a bit
Canales
of
go to work and
can I have a bit of a hot take on Sadiq? This is
lay it on me.
he's going to go top 10.
I'm not sure that you
No,
can have a
because
tight end go top 10.
Not after Kyle Pitts' is up and down career.
It happens every year. Loveland went 10 last year.
Yeah, but Loveland was a complete receiver.
I'm saying
Sadiq-
it's a bit of a
He's
I'm
more in
saying
that
it's a-
Jimmy
it's
Graham.
a bit
He's
of a-
old.
It's a bit of an outrageous take, but he's every week there's more and more and more positives about this
Yeah.
kid.
These guys, he will be
Do you
hoping
know-
and praying that he falls to 19.
we're only a few years removed when Levis was going to be a top 3 pick.
I know how the draft works, but I'm just saying that I'm not saying it's the right move.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I think a team's going to be like, you know what, the Giants at 10 are going to be like, you know what, Sadiq, this offense.
Sanders was
Neighbors.
going to go pick 2, and then he went in the 5th round.
Only in your world.
No, not in my world. What the fuck are you talking about? My world?
Sanders going top 5 was the biggest media.
It was a media-driven beat up. That's my
in
point.
the history of
That's exactly my
draft.
point.
But Sadiq Bey is far more talented than
That's what I
this.
mean. He's ascending
He
every
is.
week. I hope he's there at 19. And I agree with you. Great pick if he is.
Yep.
I don't know if he will be.
I don't know if teams with the
Who's gonna
amount of
take-
talent in O-line and D-line this year that they're going to pass up on that guy
Could the Rams
to
do it?
potentially. No, the Rams. I think Lemon's fucking.
Rams are going to go receiver for sure.
And I reckon
Maybe they think Sadiq's a better
There's
receiver
two reasons
than
why
Lemon
the
and
Rams.
Tyson.
Why the Rams, I think, will 100% go receiver. Puka Nacua is like he's got the stability of Iran at the moment.
He's
Who knows what the
speed-running
fuck is going
CCA.
on? And
It's
Devont-
the of a run.
And Devontae Adams is 33 and he's had the least amount of snaps last year that he's ever had in his career.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to ice him a little bit, get him where they need him. And then they know it's a short-term plan for potentially both of them. They have to go O-line. So they have to go wide receiver.
Receiver
I'm
for
just saying, if Lemon's gone and like Tate's going to be gone, they could be like, well, we think
They'll
that,
trade out of the pick, I think.
we think that
I reckon they'll get
that's-
Cooper.
Yeah, I don't mind Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper.
Amar Cooper.
You mean the Cowboys legend?
Yeah.
Because
you mean Browns legend?
the Giants will Giants
true.
will go safety for pick 10. That's why they got there. They'll go downs.
Yeah, I think they're hoping Downs will be there. It'll be
Downs
interesting.
and Styles.
Yeah,
would
but
be
yeah,
elite.
he'd be-
If Sadiq's there at 19,
He'd be
great
perfect
pick.
down offense.
Oh, I think for two reasons. He's a willing blocker as well. I know there's a lot of tape that there's like, oh, look at the whiffs, but there's a lot more tape that if you can just coach him to get the hands in the right place, he wants to do it. He wants to
Yeah,
smoke
yeah.
guys.
Whiffs come from effort.
Yeah.
Right? The bad blockers never whiff because they're not trying.
Yeah, that's right.
The ones that
100%.
don't want to block never whiff. It's the guys that are like, I'm going to send it on this guy, and the D lineman picks it and just goes, "That's it."
Yeah.
swings
The
him
idiot.
away, yeah.
He's-
It comes from effort whiffing.
there's nothing wrong with being a willing blocker, like you were
Correct.
saying. So that's there.
Kelsey's
Obviously,
like that. Kelsey's not a good blocker, but he's willing. He will do it when he
100%.
has to do it. Jason Witten was good at it and wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey's not that good at it, but he will stick his nose in there if
Yep.
he has to.
Yeah, he'll slow a guy down if he has to.
Yeah.
100%. I think Sadiq Bey's in that mold. So I think that, and also he's a vertical threat. He's a very good receiving tight end that can run 12 personnel with Trimble as well, which I think Canales is probably going to dabble into a little bit more. So
Sure.
I think, that if they can get that, that's fantastic.
Yep,
Also,
agreed.
if one of
Or-
the big time tackles falls to them, I don't see them going.
Or if
going away from
Bitterman's
that.
there, that's
Yeah.
100%.
They've got plenty of options. The middle of the draft, you've got a lot of options.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about it before the show a bit. There's going to be some movement from 10 to 20.
Probably.
There's
Yeah.
going to be some teams that they want a guy and they're going to be
You
jumping everywhere.
Son of a bitch. I was going to hit you guys with a random
Before
pre-draft. Oh, sorry, finish.
before you get to that, just to put a button on this, with the talent they've added, and assuming they get Sadiq at tight end, these guys are in the box seat to repeat.
I think they might be for the division.
That might be one of the best 9-win teams in the league. No, I love the Panthers. I've always had a
We
soft
were on
spot
them
for
last year and then we got off them and then we're like, damn, we got off them too early.
Yeah. We were the
They won
conductor for the
division with
train
a
and then
losing
left it
record.
at the
Like,
station.
let's calm down, all right? They fell into the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
No, but they played the
But-
Rams
Okay.
hard twice.
They beat the Rams once, and then in the playoffs, they did not bend over and let the Rams take them.
No,
Like,
they
they
didn't.
fought their asses
They
off
didn't.
with a lot less talent.
It
Yep.
was in the rain. That was a weird game.
Who cares? You
I
still
get
gotta do
I
it.
get You still got but they did play hard. They
The
did.
Rams
fought
could have
their
easily just beat them by 30 in the rain.
And no one would have blinked at it and been like, yeah, Rams are better. They fought hard, and they beat them earlier in the year, which basically won them the division.
Do you guys agree though? They're in the box
Seattle
seat
did.
to,
Yes,
to
I think so.
repeat. Yeah,
It's theirs if they want it.
Agreed.
They've
Theirs
got to
to
go
lose.
take it. Yeah,
Yep.
I
Agreed.
agree.
Go ahead.
Um,
Sorry, Scotty. Go ahead.
so I was going to throw you guys with no prep. I wanted one hot take for the first round of the draft before we do our show that we can revisit.
Giddy up, big boy.
So I touched on mine before. I think that we're going to see 4 trades in the first round.
I actually think that the over-under is 4.5, and I'm taking the over.
Tom, can we have a look at this? Can you get some odds
I
for?
don't- Do they do over-under for trades in the first?
You can
Sure,
gamble
sure.
on everything.
Go to Polymarket. They've got whatever you want.
My
If you want to
hot
find something, they've got it.
My hot take is that there'll only be one QB in the first round.
That's not a hot take. I think that's what everyone's.
I
expecting.
think if there's not one QB in the first
Well,
round,
fuck you then, Scott.
No. I think if
Your
there's
hot
not,
take
if
would
there's
be
not
if there's-
one QB in the first round, someone's made a horrible mistake.
if there's
like,
not one.
If there's more than one in the first round, someone's made a horrible mistake. Someone's reached, and
So-
it will most likely be late in the first round. Someone will trade up. And take
So you're
it.
saying that your hot take is that there's going to be 2, and your hot take saying there's going to be 2, but there's
No, there's not.
No.
I'm not. I'm saying
No.
there's only going to be one QB. Mendoza at number 1. And that's
I'm saying it's not a hot take because I think if someone takes another quarterback in the first round that's not named Mendoza, it's a big mistake. There's no one that
you can see someone trading into like pick 30
Yeah, definitely,
to get someone. I think
and it'll be
that-
the Jets.
for
no, the Jets have 33. They can just get
the
him
other,
there.
the other boy from
Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ty Simpson.
Well, apparently-
Orlovsky's guy.
There is a lot of Beck buzz, and there's a lot of guys
That
that are.
guy wringed
Hang on.
every bit of liquid out of that rag in college, and he's going to.
There's a lot of guys that are like comparing Beck to Bo Nix, and it's like they can make like Bo Nix is a far better athlete, but like I'm not buying it. Just so you know, did I say on the show that Beck won't even get drafted?
Yes, you did.
Stand by it.
100%.
He's not going to.
He will 100% get drafted.
Did I say it on the show? Or did I say it off the show?
I don't know, but you've said it, and,
I've said it.
you're completely wrong. He is going to.
We
Get
put a slab on it.
drafted. You would have put a slab on that he's not going to get drafted.
So I'm convicted. Yes.
Okay,
He's-
done. Tommy, write it down. Slab bet that I'm saying Carson Beck is going to be drafted, and Scotty's saying he's not.
No, I think he's going to get drafted.
No,
but
no, you made
I'm
the bet.
happy. I'm happy to put a slab on it.
You just put it in that fridge there, son. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe buy it for Friday. All right. First round of the draft starts this week. Friday morning, first round. We will be doing live show and podcast Friday night straight after.
I'm
the
really
first
looking forward to
round. Yeah, it's very exciting. We used to do the live show for the podcast, but it's for the draft, but it's just too hard now with
the live watch.
yeah,
Nah,
just with us all having
We've all got
being,
jobs
being
and
older men
lives.
and having jobs. It's hard, but we'll be watching intently, and we will have a podcast and live show the Friday night, so you can watch us live or hear on the podcast. We'll go through every first round pick. I've seen some of the work Tommy's been doing with some graphics and that, which
Elite.
is unreal. Can't
Elite.
wait.
And if you're not too sure on the, sorry, jump in, JA, but
right.
yeah, just to blow my own horn, I'm going to have highlights of all the top guys.
Love it.
So if anyone isn't sure of who you're going to be getting in the first round, when we're talking about the guys that your team picked, you'll be able to watch the highlights. So jump on YouTube for that. And you can
Amen.
see.
Watch along, baby.
Yeah, you're a month behind. You should have been watching your highlights for all these prospects. a
There's
month
people that
ago.
don't care about the draft
They
until
should.
their player gets picked and they're like,
old Tizzy McTizzo over there.
Hey, this for 14 of the shit teams in the NFL, this is the highlight of the year.
Correct.
Pretty fair. Pretty fair, actually.
It's hard to come back from.
Yeah, it's pretty fair because they know that. Yeah,
This is the most
peak hope.
optimistic.
Yeah,
Arizona.
Arizona, 100%.
Cleveland.
Oh, there is no
I don't even think Cleveland. Every pick they're going to take is to be like, he's going to be shit.
the Cleveland guys are still jerking their dick to fucking Shador throwing it 2 yards behind. It's at the line of
Can you
scrimmage.
just leave Shador alone for
No,
one,
he's
please?
shit.
Okay, I agree. But anyway, all right. Shout out to the boys tonight. Well done. Shout out to Tommy. Awesome to have you back in the studio.
Amen.
Unreal work on the cameras. Tell us what you think of the 2 cameras. Yeah, we're wrapped with it. So this is just the beginning. We've got plenty more to come in the next few weeks of some changes to the studio. So look forward to that.
Is this the 600th episode?
Oh my God. Is this it, Tommy? Is this the 600th
It
episode?
is.
It
But
is.
happy 600.
Happy 600.
Look, let's be honest. No one gets up to that 600. We're waiting for 1,000.
Oh,
600 is nothing to sneeze about.
No, I said it's been going like this started, I think with 2015, we started with SEN. We were there for a couple of years. It's been a long slog. I'm very grateful for the group. I'm very grateful for everyone who's contributed in the past. Richie, Jules, DJ. Shout out to Stafford that came on for some live drafts, which were awesome fun. Horsey, who's done all our graphics and that sort of stuff along the
Machine.
journey. And then the group we have now, obviously you 2 boys
Brock.
and Tommy. Oh, and our boy Brock, of course. I didn't mean to leave you out, Brock. You've done an outstanding job for us as well, and we miss you. And then Tommy recently coming in and doing just so much work on the back end, which has made all our lives easier.
amen.
The clips growing, the people that have followed us. It's just been unreal over the past 600
Hey,
episodes. So.
and to quote Tate McRae, just keep watching, baby. We're going to the top.
Who
That
Tate
is-
McRae?
Can we shut this off before I?
That's the
Hey,
least-
we've grown
that's
this
the least red pill
podcast
thing
in this
ever
country so much that they had to bring a game here. That's all we got to
said. That's
do.
true. It's actually all us. All us.
We
By,
are.
by us, I mean me.
We are the best NFL podcast in Australia.
Yeah,
And
we're
we-
the best.
Not even close.
And we know ball. So
It's actually not even close. It's not. You're right.
I don't
It's not.
talk. I don't.
he don't talk in lame hypotheticals.
Yes, he does all the time. That's all he does.
All right, that is it for us. Tune in Friday night. We want everyone on the live commenting, telling us who you liked, who you didn't like, what
Get
how
around
your
it.
team stuffed it up, how they got it right. Can't wait for it. Peace out, everybody.
Ciao.
Peace.